Canyon powers 10,000 homes each year by harnessing the methane gas from the landfill. So, the next time you wheel your trash can to the curb, feel good that your waste is on its way to making green energy at Chiquita Canyon.
Chiquita Canyon Landfill, our partner in sustainable living. Hey there, I'm Tori with your hometown station weather. The hot weather continues with sunny skies today and a high of 97. Looks like this is going to remain for the next several days, even on into the weekend. For all that's going on in the Santa Clarita Valley, check us out on social media. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Or download the free app. Or just go to hometownstation.com.
It's The Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz with Renee Powers, and we're doing a special series for small business owners called Bosses and Babies. I love that name. I love that we came up with that. And if you want to follow a hashtag for us, we've come up with another little clever hashtag. It's hashtag what a bee, as in what a boss. And women together are, more powerful. Our voices are heard louder. Our success is even bigger, and we grow together. So we're featuring, although all are welcome, all men and others are welcome.
Non-moms.
Non-mom women are we're all together here trying to, just get a leg up. But it is geared towards juggling family, babies, and business, or your business is your baby, okay? So
yes, it is.
You are giving birth.
More than your human baby.
Right.
You're
You're giving birth and raising another little baby. So today we have a couple of Danielles that are going to be joining us.
We collected Danielle's for today.
We did. We thought, what a lovely name. We're going to go Danielle. Next week we'll do something else, like Lisa. I don't know. Maybe Jennifer.
So if you're a Lisa and you own a business in Santa Clarita, hit us up.
Call us.
Collecting Lisas.
But today Danielle Peterson joins the show to talk about a local storefront that she has, an actual brick and mortar, and that always blows me away. That's what Renee has as well with Earth Baby. It always blows me away when you can make a shop work in real life, IRL, and it's called Dolled Up. Danielle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, so, we have a few questions that we want to cover each episode. Each segment focuses on something different. Today, we're really focusing on being a business that you can touch and feel, that brick and mortar business, as opposed to something online or a brand or, things like that, or an Etsy store.
We're going back old school.
We are.
Mortar.
We're rocking it old school today.
Yes.
And it's still incredibly important, obviously. And we may just not know how to do it or be out of touch with it. So we wanted Danielle to come in here, since Dolled Up is a great local for us in Santa Clarita boutique, and has successfully managed to survive. How long have you been in business?
At this new location, 1 year.
Go closer. You'll learn.
But we've been open for 5 years.
Wow.
And we tried to start online with a very small store in the industrial center, and then quickly realized that we like to have interaction with women. So then we just took the leap and moved to our new location.
So you were where? What is that?
Industrial
center. So what does that mean? I don't.
We're like a hiding with everybody working.
They
in
were
our
more
offices.
like in a warehouse, right?
Yeah, it's just a big build. Yeah, there's warehouses around.
So is that
us.
like the commercial area of a city where there are like a bunch of warehouses?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And I have seen small businesses, little marquees and signs in those areas. And I've always wondered, kind of like, what are they doing there? Is it shady? I don't know. Like, what's happening in there?
What are they growing?
Yeah. So you chose to start there.
Well, my sister and I have the store together, and our dad has a construction company, DP Builders. So we work for him, and he had extra space in his building that he owns. So he let us try this out. So that's why we started there. But it was great to get our feet wet. We learned everything.
Built you a customer base locally.
It did,
cool.
which they all followed us, and they love us now where we're at. But it was a big help.
Okay, so you decided to start there, and that made sense kind of in the way that, like, your dad had a space, I've heard stories from other entrepreneurs, other Shark Tankers that have said, they just have to start wherever they can.
You can't, you have to. And it was good because I was a very big online shopper, so that's kind of what we were going for. But then we just realized that online's really hard, and
it's a
we
whole
just
other
like to talk to
beast.
people.
Yeah.
Like my sister and I are like all day. So that's kind of
That's why I like you.
I know, right? I'm like we
can talk
instantly
all
click.
day.
And that really sells the product too, because
Totally.
you're
Yes.
representing your product. And when you have a bubbly personality and you're wearing fashionable, cute
Yeah.
clothes, it kind of sells it.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
Well, and women like to talk and build relationships.
do.
So I think
It's like-
coming
They do.
in and like putting a face to a name, and it's
Yeah.
not just. And for me too, clothing. Like I can't
so
order
fun.
online
Oh,
because it looks
really?
amazing on the super skinny model on Amazon,
Yeah.
and then I get it in the mail,
Yeah.
and I was like,
A lot
wait
of
a
people
second,
say that.
what is this?
I'm like
What is
professional. I
this?
could do it. I'm like, oh, I know that's
Yeah,
gonna
so
fit
you know
me,
it will
but-
fit, not me.
I'm not either. But you know what?
I order
do
a
like,
bathing suit and then it's a thong when
Oh.
it shows up. I'm like, yeah, not happening.
I like it when websites will tell you, like, oh, this model is a size 10
Yeah.
or this model is a size
No.
1, because that really helps me know. Like, that looks fabulous
Oh,
on her,
totally.
yeah.
but she's, you
when
know,
they actually have it right.
They tell
Sometimes
you.
they lie.
They
and
lie.
You're like,
Oh, they
no.
do?
Yeah, you haven't had that before.
no.
You're like, that was a good trick. Good
Man.
making me already chubby girl feel really fat when
Stop.
it shows up in the mail.
We know what I love the most about being able to walk into Dolled Up is also that you have kind of your own personal stylist, which is
Yes.
Totally.
really helpful, because you might not
Yeah.
know, like you might know you have one piece you have in mind or you've seen it in a magazine, but how does it all go together?
Yeah, that was unexpected. I'm not. I like that, but my sister loves doing that. Like, she could just look at you and be like, da da da, you wear this,
Like,
and I'm
here's your
like,
outfit,
give me a
boom.
minute, and I just will throw you clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was unexpected. But actually, that's probably one of the best things about.
It
like,
really
I
is.
I've learned to love it.
Because
It's
if I
fun.
go into you, like the other night, I had my little sister who's 15. It's a whole nother show. Had a quinceañera.
I was like,
a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Right, a whole nother show. Surprise. So she and we had to go last minute, and I had to get my daughter something. Then I had to get something that fits, and I've gained like X amount of pounds over the last couple of years
Okay.
since I've been a stay-at-home mom. And so I needed a full outfit. I didn't just need to upgrade a couple of white T-shirts or get a new pair of jeans. I needed an ensemble. And I was lost. I mean, it was a nightmare. My poor husband was like, kids, just stay away from mom.
My husband's like, get in the closet.
Yeah. Lock it.
Bring
back
some
up.
snacks in. She's getting an outfit together. And then you hear me in there like, F this, mama, I hate my life. But you just said something. You're like, I gained weight when I became a stay-at-home mom.
did.
How exactly does that happen? Because it's the hardest gosh darn job
Whole
in the
nother,
world.
Whole nother
I feel like we should
show.
be like super skinny because we don't sit down. And
You
we're,
would think.
It's
Actually,
so
Don't
weird.
you? I'm not a mom, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
don't you like? I would eat the food if I had a kid.
Thank
that I'm
you.
making.
You
I'd
do
You're
just be
like mac and
yummy.
cheese. Oh, I need a. Oh wait, one more bite.
Nuggets, sliders,
No.
French fries, ranch
No,
dressing. I
Fruit
can
snacks. Can we talk about fruit snacks? That's
Oh,
my
fruit
downfall.
snacks.
I'm like, oh, you have fruit snacks?
Those
Has
are
the word
good for you?
fruit
Let
in
me
it.
have 1 or 4. I don't know why I have this weird addiction.
packs are
Okay,
so
sorry,
small.
we're off our thing.
We're off subject, but
Fruit
that,
snacks are bomb.
That should be another show.
Yeah.
Brought to you by a fruit snack making company.
Gushers, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, those
Calling
are
your
good.
name.
Those
So
are
see,
good.
she
I
even
like
knows, and
those.
she's not a mom. I'm telling
See?
you.
So we have Danielle Peterson
Yeah.
on with us today, and we want to dive in to help you build your business. So with Danielle, she was saying how she opened her brick and mortar store and kind of grew into it. And you felt like there was a real kind of learning curve between the online store and the real life store.
Yeah.
I want to dive into that a little bit more, because it seems like people are real big on like what's hot at this moment is Instagram stores.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to shop Instagram. So be like, hey, you don't even have to have a warehouse or a store. You can be an Instagram store. Storefront versus online store for you.
It's hard. Well, sorry, that
Sorry,
like,
that
threw
was
me
me.
off.
I was trying to respond to someone on the feed, and then
No, that's okay.
It's hard because
Hello,
women, I
everyone.
feel like, want to try stuff on. They want to like feel the clothes, and that kind of just made us do the switch.
Really? And so was it for you, was it also kind of a hard, like, did you do the research and go, okay, do I want like a Spreezy store? Do I want a like
No.
shop?
Okay, it's
Shopify
kinda that,
store.
We kind of just like we winged it, and I kind of just like looked around. I'm like, oh, this doesn't work. Like we used to. I don't know. We just went. We tried a couple.
It's like
things
trial and
out,
error, right?
And now we're with Shopify, and that helps us.
I have
but,
Shopify too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love
Shout out to
It's
Shopify.
very easy. My
People
sister can
like
do
it.
it, and she doesn't know how to do that stuff, so it's good.
Really?
You can do it from your phone. You
Yes.
can do it remotely.
Love it.
It's great. So you can go do like boutiques abroad.
Okay.
And you can
So if you're a brick and mortar store, would you recommend people get a Shopify account or have some sort of online boutique in addition, or is that just taking on too much all at once?
No, I would, only because people like to see what you have. We have a hard time keeping up now with the online store.
Wow.
But
It's a
it's
whole
still
other
good because
job.
people get to see, like, we carry Key sunglasses. A lot of people say Quay.
Wait. I want to know I always want to know how to pronounce
It's
things correctly, not look like an
Key.
idiot.
They spell it Quay. So forever, we're always like, Quay, it's so
They're
cute.
really
And it's
cute.
Key. It's
So
But we're one of the
know.
only places out here that sell them. You have to go like into the valley to get them, or now they're starting to open up stores. But we keep all of those online, and that's easy for people to buy. Or they'll just know to come in the store because we have a.
Yeah, after
they
a
just
while,
look
you
like,
kinda
oh, that's in
know.
stock, and then they come in and try them
You
on.
kind of know the select things to put online. I have most of my stuff online, but there's certain things that have to be just in store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with Shopify, that's awesome. What I love about it is my online store merges with my in-stock stuff. So as soon as somebody buys it in store, it takes away from the inventory online. So I can keep everything merged together.
And you can
Okay.
sell on Facebook
Yeah,
too.
and you can sell on Facebook and
Oh,
Instagram.
wait, that's a whole nother thing. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. So you can shop online, but it is a lot to manage. Like, once you get it, maybe if you have a sister, a partner, somebody that's helping you, that's the way to
Once
go.
you learn it, though, it's
easy.
It's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah,
and
it's
not
very
everything
easy.
has to go up there. And it's kind of like an online catalog for people to just kind of look through your stuff, like whether they
Totally.
order it or not. It's good to have that presence.
Totally. And
Okay.
it, also, they could shop through Instagram with it, too.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
As long as you link it all. It doesn't do it on its own.
It
You have to
doesn't.
set
You
it
have
up.
to take a minute
You have to
do
take a
it.
minute, or like get some marketing professionals,
You have to
like the
actually work.
KHTS team.
You do have
and-
to work. It does
Yeah,
take work.
it does take work.
But it would probably help if
It's
you
worth
had a guru or
Yeah.
somebody that's gone before you and done this and could help you kind of walk through a few of the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Support,
That would be nice.
friends.
Yeah.
Or you have friends that own businesses.
Yes, and who are in like a business group on
Reach
Facebook
out.
per se.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps like the Santa Clarita, what is it called?
Networking events.
Networking
group.
events
It's a
group.
good one.
It is a good one. We highly recommend. So speaking of Facebook, so let's jump over to Facebook for a second then. So you can actually have a store on Facebook, like a store?
They just connect it. I don't know how it works. It's automatic. You just click a button and
There goes your
it's
stuff.
on.
So all of mine kind of merges. So if I post something, it goes on there.
You can set up so it's automatic, or
Yeah.
if you don't want it to be automatic, you can select certain things to only be for sale on Facebook.
Yeah, even my mail, like my mail program that I use to send out email blasts to my customers, it even has a way to automatically upload to Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, even
everything
like
is
the
merging.
MailChimp type of thing?
That's cool.
It is MailChimp.
Uh-huh.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
use. MailChimp, that's another great one, you guys.
That is.
So if you want to do any kind of business email blasts, you can upload all of your customer contacts and literally send out a blast. You can send out different types of emails. There's templates in there, and you can make your own, and you can save them and reuse them. I feel like MailChimp, out of all the ones that I've used,
I use it
is
too.
the best.
And that's one of the OGs.
It is.
Yeah.
I know other people have tried.
Sometimes
Constant
newer isn't better.
Contact. No.
Yeah, and then you have to relearn it all.
Yeah. I'm already learning something like
Yeah.
every 4 minutes. So, no.
What? Okay, so you're so funny. All right, and there's so much already online that we're juggling
Yeah.
anyways with social media and everything. Don't hand me another thing to deal with, right?
Right?
Like
It's
you
too
and I
much.
yesterday, going back and forth just to do one picture.
It was so ridiculous.
I know.
We were like, oh, but if you haven't seen our new picture, follow us on Instagram.
It's
on
so
both
cute.
of our accounts.
I love
It wasn't our
Kristin
favorite,
Cruz.
but we used
It wasn't.
because we didn't have the other one yet.
We didn't have
Stay
the other one
tuned,
yet.
y'all, because
More funny,
More
cute,
fun ones are coming.
adorable pictures
Yeah.
of ourselves are coming.
That's what they want to see.
Selfie.
Oh, Danielle Peterson, she owns and runs Dolled Up here in Santa Clarita Valley. Let me ask you something in hindsight now that you have your new brick and mortar store, okay? And so you're talking, you need foot traffic, you need people coming in, you need parking, you need visibility. I would think there are a lot of things on the list you need to check off.
There are.
Okay.
And it was like a fight to get where I want to go. Like, just
Was it?
get an approval from my family. I really had to.
Do you need approval from your family?
I do. I feel like
Really?
I'm tense sometimes. I'm like, I want to put it here. They're like, no. And I'm like, yes.
What? I mean, well, how do they? Did you listen to them through this
Oh,
process?
you have to listen. You
You
have
did.
to listen to friends and family. It's very
Yeah.
important.
Oh,
It
because they
is.
know you best, but they may not know
know.
your business best.
They don't. I put my foot down in certain things, but I think like big decisions like that, you want to hear opinions, and you ultimately have to go like with your gut. But but you have to listen.
You need a sounding board. I always think, even when it comes to radio, and to have like our producers in here with us, Cody and Andrew, to have like another human being to bounce off of, doing this show with Renee to reach business people. It's just to have another human mind with a different perspective and different point of view is so important. Like, you can't go it alone.
No, you
just
can't.
don't.
You like want to sometimes.
You do, because you're like, I can get it done better than everybody else. Oh, to keep all the money? Did you just say?
No, you totally come closer.
Oh, Cody did this, and I'm like, do go alone so you can keep all the bread? Like, what is he doing? He told her to get closer to the mic. Well, in hindsight, when it came to picking and settling into your dream space where you thrive now with Dolled Up, in hindsight, what were the things that you would tell a business owner who's looking for a brick and mortar store to watch out for, to look for? What do you need?
I would say foot traffic is probably the most important, because we learned that quickly being hidden in the industrial center. But you have to have good surrounding, just like you need a support system. Like with your business, you need like good businesses around you. Like we have a Starbucks, which is great. We have
which is always bringing women.
Yeah, we have the great hair salon, Shannon Hair. It's so pretty, so popular. Cardio Girl, which is like my new gym. I love it. And Azul, like there's great restaurants. It's right off the freeway. Like I didn't want to be at the mall because I just saw a lot of turnover at the mall, and I don't want to be one of those stores for my boutique. But I think where we're at, it's great.
It's a good location.
And we were patient. It took us about a year to find it.
It does. It takes time.
Like, don't rush into it.
Wait, it took almost a year? That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's bad. But you want it to be perfect. Like, I had another spot in mind, and everyone's like, no. But I was like, that's great. But then opportunity, like, arose because I was patient. And all of a sudden, they're like, you should come in here. Like, it's open now. And I'm like, let's go.
Sometimes even the perfect spot doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be.
It's meant to, like, it'll all just work out. Like,
it will.
It'll be stressful, but it'll flow.
It's always stressful.
Hopping on our Facebook page now, Chris Sims says, hi, doll. Yay. I love Dolled Up.
Yay.
Yay. And then Steve Dole says, who's on the mom show? I mean, like, you mean that hottie? Oh, yes. Yes, Steve. That is Danielle Peterson, who owns Dolled Up in Santa Clarita. So
she's a doll.
She's a doll.
Chris is actually one of our little models. She's like my friend. She's a mom, and she worked next door for us for a bit, and now I make her take pictures all the time. I'm like, you're cute, take a picture. Everyone I always make take pictures.
Now, is that expensive, by the way? I have a girlfriend who has an Etsy store. I have a few girlfriends who have Etsy stores, and I have other friends that have tried to start companies. Like, one has a wallet-making company that holds your cell phone. When it comes to those photographs, you have to have good pictures representing your store, right? I mean, you would both know about that. You can't just use your iPhone to take pics. And one of my girlfriends who makes beautiful jewelry is like, I suck at pictures. I can't.
It's a learning experience.
I use my iPhone a lot.
I do.
But I've had pictures taken of my store. Plus, I've done a lot of like magazines, news stuff. So they come in and do it. So I kind of just steal those pictures.
Totally. You can, though.
Yeah, you can. Once I take it's like.
But do you hire? Do you do like photo shoots and do some professional shoots? Like
people.
My sister and I, Danette was our photographer. So it's like, it's expensive to hire someone. So we try and do as much as we can by ourselves.
Yes.
It's like exhausting, but she's like, I'm a photographer, we could do it. But then it's like the editing. Now I'm just like, iPhone, click.
People forget every little dollar adds up.
It really does.
Owning a business, anyone who thinks, I can own a business, I can own a retail store.
Right.
Yes, you can. But you will forget, because I never knew until I'm doing it, how many things. I mean, it's always something. So you have to be prepared, and you have to really be willing to learn how to do all kinds of things on your own. You have to have an open mind and learn.
I'm tired just listening to you guys.
Yeah,
right?
Seriously.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Nap time?
It's
crazy.
true. I know. Nap. What is a nap? Gosh.
This was a mom show. Don't you guys know naps?
No.
We don't get them.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't had a nap in 12 years. Someone send a nap. Send naps.
And wine.
We both said that at the same time.
You replaced nap time with wine time.
Wine and vodka, tacos, happy.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, that's after this.
I like that. So for women who are already in business, Danielle, you've successfully, congratulations on all your successes, by the way. For women who are in business and have a store, let's say they have a storefront that's doing okay or they've just started, what would be the way to then level up? Like now you're running, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
So you're doing well. People are coming in. They know your name. They know Dolled Up, things like that. So, but then how do you take your business to the next level, or what would that be?
I would just say the next level just kind of comes naturally. Just keep putting yourself out there. Like coming today, I really don't like talking in front of people. I tried to make my sister to do it, and she's like, no. And I'm like, ugh. And so
it's so fun. You're just sitting in the room talking to us.
I'm glad I did it, but it's just like you have to get out of your comfort zone, do little things.
You're going to do things you didn't think you'd do.
Yeah, like Sunday I'm going to do, we'll take some of the clothes and stuff to a ladies' day at one of my friend's house, and she has like 20 people coming. They're all like women and bosses, and
awesome.
But it's just you connect, and I think that's how you get to the next level. Just getting out there and meeting more people, and like be more uplifting, like just that kind of thing.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the uplifting, positive.
It is because I know there's competition out there, but I send a lot of our shoppers to competition because I want people to look good. And if they're looking for something we don't have, I'm like, oh, just go over there. Like I've seen it. And I think they like that and they appreciate it.
It worked in the movie Elf, remember? I told them, go across the street. We don't have it here. It's true. And then you build customer loyalty. Elf. Wasn't that Elf? Yeah, it was, right? Was that Elf? Am I thinking the wrong one?
Well, and you're supporting other local businesses, and they will remember that, and they'll send people to you. You can't work against each other. There's really no such thing as competition.
No.
And as long as you do it in a nice manner and you don't step on toes, it can be done, and it can be done right.
Totally. I love that. All right, it's Bosses and Babies here on The Mom Show. Yay. We're going to wrap it up with Danielle Peterson and ask just one more question, because I love to know when someone has had success, they've reached their goal, or they've hit a level that they've wanted to get to in life. Was there a book or an author or a guru that you went to and found as kind of a mentor? And I know mentors can be found in kind of anywhere, as a speaker, Tony Robbins, whatever works. Was there something for you that you would recommend?
I don't really have a lot of time to read books, but my friend reads a lot of books, and she always gives me little bits and pieces from Mel. I have it.
She's lying. She walked in reading 50 Shades of Grey.
No, stop it. We did talk about this. No, but I do listen to what people tell me, and my girlfriend reads the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins.
5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Writing it down.
So I listened to her. I haven't read it. I will put it on my to-do list. I don't want to lie and say I have.
Right.
But she talks about that one, and that uplifts me. So
I like that. Thank you. You left us with another little gem, right?
Thanks. Stay positive.
Don't you feel like quotes really help? Like, I feel like for me, instead of reading books, like I love like little memes.
Yeah, like people will tag me, and I'm like, oh, that was a good one. Yes, I feel better now.
Yeah, like the boss memes. I'm like, oh yeah.
Got this.
That's me.
I like it when I get those too. Our friend Jen Saxton sent me an article the other day. She was like, my favorite thing on Instagram today, and it was totally business related, and it was just like a little plink. I like that.
And then I feel better when I'm having like a crappy day.
And it's a short read. It's not like
there you go.
Well, I have no time to barely wash my hair. Like, who's reading books?
But it looks so good.
I was wondering.
Well, I did wash it for you guys. Lucky you.
I do books on vacation.
She likes us
when we're doing nothing. But we're still working.
You're still working. I was going to say,
like everyone, people are messaging me right now. They're like, "Why are you on your phone? You guys don't know we're reading the we're watching."
They can multitask.
Feed.
I can't, so I can't do that.
I know. Oh yeah,
Danielle, you're a multitasker. You're a boss. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing about Dolled Up. You can go ahead and make sure you follow Dolled Up Fashions on Instagram. Danielle's the owner here, and she and her sister are bosses, and we would love for you to find out more about them. So make sure to follow their fashions online. Woo! And then next, we have another Danielle on the show. Day of Danielle's. It's Danielle Darnault, who owns a Trove LA, and that's at shop.trove on Instagram if you want to check it out. Before we get back, we're going to dive into the similar questions with her, with a different kind of store, and how she built it and what her next steps are to level up her business. It's here on Bosses and Babies with Renee Powers and me, Kristin Cruz, on KHTS, your hometown station.
Something big is coming to Castaic.
Is it a dinosaur, Bob?
No, Blanche.
Is it the 2020 Olympics?
No.
I know. We're finally hosting the World Cup.
No, silly. They're building Castaic High.
Bob, no way.
Go visit CastaicHighProject.com. You'll get all the latest details.
What's that web address again, Bob?
CastaicHighProject.com.
Again?
CastaicHighProject.com.
Bigger than a dinosaur?
That's right. CastaicHighProject.com.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is your official Santa Clarita Dodger station. You can catch all evening games right here on your hometown station. For all the latest news and updates on your Los Angeles Dodgers, KHTS has you covered. Go to hometownstation.com.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Your building sign is essential in getting customers to your location. Feathers can help get your business noticed. They walk you through each phase of your building sign project, providing special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will give you a sign you can be proud of. Your building sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Feathers on Soledad in Canyon Country, across from the Edwards Theater. Or go to feathersphoto.com. That's feathersphoto.com.
The Santa Clarita Artists Association has a new gallery in downtown Newhall on 6th Street between Main and Railroad, right across from the Canyon Theater Guild. The gallery features our members' paintings, sculptures, and one-of-a-kind handcrafted gift items. Whether you're an art lover, buyer, or an artist wishing to join, visit our website at santaclaritaartist.org, come to our free monthly meetings at Barnes & Noble, or stop by the gallery. For upcoming events and exhibits, check us out at santaclaritaartist.org. We make visual art visible.
It's the Mom Show, a special edition called It's Bosses and Babies. Yes, it's me, Kristin Cruz, with Renee Powers.
Hi, all.
Yeah, who's a small business boss. And we decided that you can follow us if you use hashtag #WhatABee.
What a bee.
What a bee, man. You know, we're bosses. No matter what we do, if we're working at home, building our business on Etsy, or we have a store on Main Street, that's how we are, we're handling our business. But we need to do it together.
That's right.
That's the point of the show. And we're doing a series because there are different aspects, and we can only dive in so deep, and hopefully we'll be able to go deeper offline. But, you know, or maybe if we meet with you at one of our business meetups, we'll see you then. You can ask us more questions. But for now, we're going to get to as much as we can live on air with some experts here locally where we are in Los Angeles who have opened stores successfully and run their businesses and what's up next for them. So Danielle Darnault is on the phone with us, joining us on the Mom Show, Bosses and Babies. Danielle, thank you for taking some time to call in.
My pleasure. I'm always happy to be a friendly voice. Hopefully I can offer some insight. I feel pretty lost myself, but can be in it together, I guess.
Well, are we talking about motherhood or running a business?
Right? Which thing?
I wish there was like a separation, but it seems to just be like 1 minute I'm a mom, 1 minute I'm a boss, 1 minute I'm a mom, now I'm a store owner, now I'm like the garbage man, now I'm the repairman.
Yep.
I think we could all relate to that.
Short order cook,
yeah,
driver.
I have my laptop in the kitchen as I'm cooking.
Me too.
Right?
Yes.
No,
Wait, let me tell y'all, one of the best things about my kitchen was that the island in the middle had plugs, like a USB plug in it, because that's where my laptop lives.
It's
on
so
the island
true.
in the kitchen.
I have like one hand, I'm like cooking over here, and I'm typing with this hand.
It's
wiping
so wrong.
faces, picking noses.
Right, and then I'm like telling my kids, like, you guys need to pay attention when you're doing something, as I like splatter grease on my laptop and make
so true.
50 typos in my email. Like,
Danielle, how are you handling summer? Let me just check in. We've got hot weather most of the year, so I guess I could ask you that question anytime.
Yeah.
But how's it going with the kids
gosh.
out of school right now?
I am, summer is like a welcome break for me from like the hustle and bustle of getting to school in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's the rest of the day that's kind of a bummer because I feel like all this pressure. I read this article about like, oh, don't sign your kids up for all these camps. Like, let's just be like old school summer. Let's just kick
I did
it.
too.
Yeah, and then I felt like horrible. I'm like, wait a minute. I have a job. Like, I have to go somewhere. I have places to go.
Right.
That being said, I did tell my daughter, like, my oldest, I have a 7, a 3, and a 7, a 4, and a 3-year-old. And I told my 7-year-old, like, you're going to play hooky from camp today. I can't deal with the commute to Mar Vista. You're not even learning whatever it is you're supposed to be learning. So she's just hanging out.
You're barely learning.
Today. Yeah, like,
you're not going to miss anything.
Yeah, like, it's like a French camp, but it's not really working. My husband's French. We're horrible
French
parents.
camp. And I'm over here like barely making it to football and swim lessons. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks.
Oh, no. No one knows how to ride a bike in my house. No one knows how to swim. We're basically failing at everything.
But they can speak in French.
And my name's Renee, and I'm questioning the French.
Right? Oh, my God.
It's my husband's French, so like I can speak French.
Yes.
But
well,
whatever.
Know,
We'll
whatever.
just root for France in the World Cup. It's close enough.
Exactly. There you go.
There's French fries at McDonald's.
And I met a nice guy named Francois.
There you go.
Store.
Exactly. There you go. That's French enough for us.
There you
well,
go.
Danielle Darnault, you've been successful with your business. It's Trove LA, by the way. You know, you've heard me say that the last few minutes. And then also as a mom, 3 kids and a business. I'm impressed. Like, interview over. You win.
Superwoman.
Yeah, Superwoman. Congratulations on all of that already.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But, you know, I think like you were talking about where motherhood can really strengthen business and business can really strengthen motherhood in the way that, you know, you were saying you kind of need to stay flexible with things. Like one day the kids are home, they're going to camp. One day they get a cold. All of a sudden you're watching the kid and taking it to a meeting with you. You know, it. I said it, like as if I don't have kids. Right? Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, taking them to a meeting with you. However it works, it's just you kind of have to roll with it on a daily basis. I would imagine it's the same running your own business.
It is, because things come at you all day, every day, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think that's why a lot of women start their own business.
Yep.
You know, I had a pretty successful career in corporate development and corporate strategy, and I was like working at fancy firms and doing all that stuff. And then I had no way to predict how I was going to feel when I had my first child.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I could predict how my bosses were going to feel. Like I thought, like I thought like you're pregnant and then it doesn't affect anything until you have the baby.
Right.
And then I ended up having Princess Kate's hyperemesis thing. And so I was out when I was pregnant, and then, you know, all the talk of promotions go away, and then you have a baby, and then you come back, and it's like, oh, you haven't traveled for 4 years working here, but we need to send you to the Middle East. I'm like, wait, what?
Now that you have a baby.
3-month-old.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, so do you want to quit?
You're like, I'm just trying to get to Gelson's.
Can I tell you that a similar thing happened to me when I had a baby, when they were like, we need you to go to England. And my baby was about 4 weeks old. And I was like, okay, well, just me and the baby to England for a week to work. Who's going to watch the kid? And they're like, you know, we've got like assistants or there'll be people around. And I was just like, people around, just hand your baby off.
Because everyone wants to take your baby.
For 4 weeks, your first baby, you're definitely a pro. I definitely was not Googling everything and reading books and crying myself to sleep out of sheer panic. So I think that a lot of women are facing that. You know, they kind of have ideas or they have something in them, but maybe otherwise wouldn't have done it. So it's sort of the silver lining of the workplace politics when you are a mom. And so I had toyed around with a bunch of ideas, and then I did some consulting and freelance, and I landed on, you know, brick and mortar resale just because I was researching, really. I mean, if you met me, you'd be like, really? You have a store that is supposed to know about what's in fashion? Seriously, are you wearing those? Is that like everything you have from Target?
That's every mom I know, by the way. So, you know, we're all in that together.
One of our customers said to me, I like shopping here because the clothes that I buy here, when I bring them home, my 6-year-old told me, Mommy, I like those clothes. They don't look like you're just laying around at home.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, they're honest, aren't they?
Little cherubs.
Yes.
So you did have to make the decision, Danielle, when you started and you did all your research and you figured out kind of what you wanted to do there between opening a storefront and having an online store. And how did you make that decision? What were the key factors in deciding?
So I toyed around with other ideas, and some of them worked better in an online space. So I thought about high-end flower arrangements, and I even did a test, and that would have been exclusively online with brick-and-mortar suppliers, like local brick-and-mortar florists supplying the orders. And then I kind of realized that I needed to reverse engineer my goal. My goal is to build a business that can scale to the point that I don't need to be there 24/7 because my ultimate goal, right? Like I want to like make money while I'm sleeping or whatever that expression is.
Yes.
And I want to have freedom. And really it's not about money. For me, it's about freedom. It's about all the freedom that comes with not having to show up for that meeting and not having to sit down and hear another like review or explain why I need to not do my work today because my daughter has a fever, but I can do twice as much work tomorrow because trust me, I'm a mom. I got this. So basically I came to resale and consignment in particular because my mom had volunteered at a shop back east And I was doing all this soul searching, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I know what I don't want to do, but I don't know what I do want to do. So I said, okay, well, I want to make money. I want to do something successful. I want to do something that's on trend, that's coming up. So I had my mom email me the income statement from the store she managed. And I was like, oh, this is a big deal. And I started digging, reading about ThredUp and The Real. And that's where that bridge you're talking about, like, do you do online or do you do brick and mortar comes into play? And I don't know why I believe this. I don't know if it's data-driven or just like my gut. But I think that everyone is saying brick and mortar is dead, and that's probably a good sign that it's not dead. It's like you never buy a house when everyone's like, oh, my gosh, like the housing market's so hot. You're going to overpay. You buy a house when everyone's like, it's a crash. It's horrible. Don't buy.
I agree with you. And I think brick and mortar is coming back.
I 100,000 million percent agree. Like, I'm looking in my space in particular. What I could speak to is The Real and ThredUp, and I shouldn't even mention these competitors, but whatever. They are huge, ginormous, venture-backed, to say the least, businesses. I think Goldman Sachs and Warren Buffett led around for ThredUp. What are they doing? They're building brick-and-mortar stores. They're
all
opening
over
physical locations. And I kind of think it's a great time because Small Business Saturday or whatever American Express started, there is this feeling of community that I have tapped into having a brick and mortar store in my own neighborhood. Like, people are proud to shop here, and then I see them. It's a little bit awkward. Like, you see them and you're just rolled out of bed and you're like, don't ask me about your consignment. I don't know. I'm just getting a coffee.
I know. It's and they all become your friends. I get messages at midnight. Like, what is this? Is this diaper going to release tomorrow? Will you have this? I mean, people are thinking about me at midnight. That means something.
That's good.
You know,
it's nice because in LA, it can be a very hard city. I found as an East Coast transplant,
totally
a suburban East Coast transplant. When I go home with my kids, home to Philadelphia, it's like the whole town is helping me take care of my kids. Like, they're over at the neighbors having breakfast. They're building a sandcastle with this, older kids. And it's like it takes a village. And here sometimes I feel like what's great is everyone does their own thing. No one's really judging you. But at the same time, you don't always have that sense of community.
Yeah.
And that is like that old Main Street kind of brings it together. And then I'm proud to feel like I have this flagship store on Westwood Boulevard. And it's different. It's not a restaurant. It's unique. And it's like people are excited that we're here.
Right.
And I'm excited to have it. I mean, basically, sorry, that's my alarm going off to remind me not to forget to call you guys. But yeah, like, I'm proud to have the store in the neighborhood because I would have loved to have the store when I was a mom, to come and just hang out in air conditioning, a place I can roll my stroller around and maybe buy some stuff.
Totally. How did you come up with the name?
Oh, the name is so funny. Like, I came up with a million names that, of course, were all taken. And then I decided Trove. Yes, treasure trove. Yeah. And I think I mentioned, like, my husband is French. So I'm dying for him to come home. I'm like, I can't. I am a genius. I have thought of this name. And he comes in and I'm like, you're ready for it? Trove. And he goes, okay, what's Trove? No one's going to know what that is.
Oh, no.
And then I'm like, wait, okay, he's not a native speaker. And so I realized that it's not as common as I thought. So, like, when we first opened, someone comes in and they say, so are you Italian? And I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, like, I am Italian, of Italian descent. Oh my God, the name is fabulous. And I'm like, what? And she said, Trove, in Italian, Trove, found.
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
Oh, no way.
I love that.
So I joke with my friends, like, it's like Target. We're Trove for the people in the know.
That is so funny. Oh, my God.
But, you get so stuck on the name. I come from the startup world. I used to work at LegalZoom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was, like, one of their first employees. And we would laugh sometimes, like, what is, like, no offense, but, like, this name is kind of weird. LegalZoom? It sounds like a zoo with court papers in it. Like, you're not, but then it becomes an everyday word. Yeah. Now everyone knows what it is.
That's true. It's kind of like the Spanx story.
Yeah, the Spanx story.
Right?
Yeah.
Like how she threw an X in there right at the end before she went to market.
Totally.
Yeah, or like the Facebook. It's like little things.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wait,
true.
can we just back up that you worked at LegalZoom? So did you get like, okay, in my mind, everyone that was on any kind of ground floor at any kind of startup digital company got to like cash out big time when they left. Did that happen for you? I'm just wondering.
Let me just tell you how, like, I love that you guys think that I'm an expert and like I'm doing a good job. But let me tell you how dumb of a decision maker I was at that point in my life.
No.
I was like 23. I had just graduated. I went to Wharton Business School undergrad. But I was moving here to be an actress because, I'm original.
Oh, my God.
And my neighbor
Were you a waitress,
says,
too?
I said, exactly. My neighbor says, so you're a waitress? And I'm like, I'm an actor. And he's like, well, okay, but you waitress, right? And I said, yes. And he said, but you went to Wharton. I'm like, yes, I did. And he said, what about I could, like, pay you your waitressing wages, and then you could help us, like, get some VC funding, and like you can do all these financial. I was like, okay, but only if I can audition. And they were so cool. Like I would have off for auditions, and then as the company grew, instead of being smart and being like, oh yeah, give me more options, I was like, guys, like I'm seriously, like I have a big audition tomorrow. Like I don't want a promotion, but I mean I did okay. I did okay.
All right, she did okay, you guys.
I think you're doing good.
You got to have some funding coming from somewhere when you start a business, wherever it came from.
Well, and I worked before I had kids for quite a while. So, and you know, my husband thankfully is equally insane and supportive and was like, yeah, go open a business, pay a huge rent. You've never done it before. Take all the savings we have. This is a wonderful idea.
We might have the same husband.
They're like so great.
Yeah, my husband's always like, okay, so you want to do this and it's going to cost how much? Okay, let's do it. And I'm like, really? You're supposed to be like, no.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, like where's my voice of reason?
Yes. Support every crazy.
Thank God for these crazy husbands.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I don't know what I would be doing without. I'd probably be like, oh my gosh, I would have been a millionaire. I would have opened 50 stores by now.
Right?
But no, he's awesome. Thank God. Because it does take two. I mean, for real, especially with kids.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my husband is, a police officer during the rest of the time that I'm not making him do daddy stuff and work at my store. But like literally on his day off the other day, he's out front planting succulents all outside on the sidewalk. And because I was having a down day and I was like, my plants look horrible. The store looks horrible. Everything's horrible. We need a new fresh look. And so he showed up with my son and they had all these plants and soil and they redid.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Good call, husband.
I'm sure. I think your kids, if they're anything like mine, it's also really exciting that there's a tangible concept of what your parent does. Like my husband
they love
works
it.
in tech.
Yeah.
So they have take your kid to work day, and there's video games and all this stuff, and they're not really understanding what he does for a job. But they're really excited when we go for a walk in our neighborhood. Like, that's my mom's store. That's my mom's store.
Mine too. They love it.
That's
it's
really
cool.
Yeah. Trove LA is the name of the store that Danielle began, and it's on Westwood Boulevard. Go to trove.la if you want to know more about it, and definitely follow on Instagram. It's Trove LA. It's shop.trove on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, so now you do have the brick and mortar, but do you also use the internet for your business?
Yeah, we do. Sometimes what will happen in our business, because unlike most consignment or resale stores in LA, we don't do just clothes. We do a lot of housewares and a lot of collectibles. So every now and then we'll have something in the store and it won't sell in the consignment period. And we'll just kind of say to the consignor, we know this is valuable. We don't want to sell it for any less. We'll reach out to people on certain forums that are collectors. Sometimes we'll post it online. Sometimes we'll sell it through our Instagram. Really because we're not even 2 years old. Most people shopping here are buying clothes. And then people that know, like they understand, like, oh, this is Dresden. Right now we have a piece from the turn of the 19th century, porcelain piece. It doesn't even have a chip. Many people won't care, but many people would be like, what? This is the holy grail of collectibles.
I need a little Trove
so
in my
sometimes
life.
we have to reach out a little bit further, but you kind of have to do Instagram. It's like Instagram is the new website. It's like
so
no one even
true.
goes to our website.
Me too. I know.
Yeah, like every website to like get the phone number.
Instagram your life, guys.
It's true. You got to Instagram your life, and people can shop on your Instagram page. There are ways that we were just talking about earlier where you can connect your online store to your Instagram store, and it's amazing. But on here, because I'm looking at her Instagram page right now, it's gorgeous.
It is. I love it. We need a trip down there.
Yes, we do.
We're gonna come
I want
see
everything.
You.
Come anytime. Some people come for like 4 and 5 hours, and they tell us we should get a coffee machine. Or like maybe a soda stream, so we don't spill anything on the clothes.
Or a bar. Oh wait,
that's what after I'd finished my whole 30 that I just started.
Yeah,
good for you.
You'll do it. Good job.
Good girl. I'm looking at this stuff. Okay, hello. We need to get down there. It's gorgeous. Where do you get your inventory from?
Oh my gosh, when I opened, like most people that are opening a business, I thought I had everything like nailed down. And I'm like, okay, our strategy is to attract consigners. Customers will come. The consigners will be the problem. I mean, now we're over 2,000 consigners.
That's amazing.
You guys, this stuff, I'm unpacking a box right before I called you. It's boxes full of brand new baby clothes with the tags Ralph Lauren, Kate Spade. Like, I'm dying. My youngest is 3, and she wears a 4T, and everything is like 12 months, 18 months, 3T. I'm like, no!
You're like, where's my stuff?
It's insane. And this is just a guy. He's moving to Texas. He had an online business, and he doesn't have it anymore. And he literally came in with a dolly, 8 boxes full. Some of it's women's clothes. Some of it's – I die at the things that come in. Wow. Sometimes I'll go back there. People drop stuff off. You open it, and it's a Louis Vuitton Neverfull with the receipt in it because we won't take anything.
You call me when those LVs come in. You text me.
We have a few.
Anytime.
But that one in particular never even made it to the sales floor.
I
opened it. The next consigner came and said, I'll buy it. I'll take it. I don't care.
Oh, I thought you took it. I'm disappointed,
Oh,
Danielle.
no. I need to sell a few more things before I buy myself anything nice.
I couldn't have a women's store because I would literally... it would be horrible. I have a baby store, so like my kids are 5 and 12 now, so it's not so bad. But if I had a women's clothing store, I'd have to buy a separate house with
crazy on. I go crazy for the housewares.
Yeah,
that's what I keep buying.
Well, I have no room in my house for anything new.
Me neither. I have a townhouse. I have a teeny tiny townhouse. My husband's like, "What are you doing? Why do we have this giant chandelier?" I'm like, "Listen, this home stager brought it in. It's a Meredith Bear home. It was X. He's like, okay, but like it's kind of ridiculous. How many down pillows are you going to bring home? Like, these are so amazing. This is French cut velvet.
I want to open one. Can I work at your store?
Yeah, I was like, why don't you just open another location?
Everyone that works here laughs. They're like, this is bad. I keep
like
buying
Christmas.
Everything. It's an occupational hazard.
It definitely is. Oh my God.
Danielle Darnault on the phone with us. She's founder of Trove LA. We're going to come back in just a moment. I want to wrap it up with, and you have an amazing background, but we're going to find out who your guru is. The book, the author, the person, whoever you looked up to help make this happen. And that is next. So stay here. It's Bosses and Babies, special edition of The Mom Show on KHTS, your hometown station.
Santa Clarita Philharmonic has begun its season of free concerts. The SCP is a non-profit community-based volunteer symphony orchestra comprised of local musicians from throughout the Santa Clarita Valley who are dedicated to providing quality classical music for the residents of the Santa Clarita Valley. Like the Santa Clarita Philharmonic on Facebook or visit santaclaritaphilharmonic.org for more information.
The VIP Grotto experience at the Ivy Day Spa. Your experience begins with a clay facial mask. Then you are painted with a soothing aloe vera shea butter coconut oil body mask. In temperatured chambers, you relax and allow the moisturizing masks to work their magic. Finally, you rinse off in a rainforest shower and finish with a pH balancing mist. Treat yourself to this hydrating and refreshing experience at the Ivy Day Spa. Call to reserve your VIP Grotto experience at 260-1244.
Coming to the Canyon, Santa Clarita, Air Supply, Buddy Guy, Vince Neil of Motley Crue, performing all of the Motley Crue hits, Jeff Tate of Queensryche, Randy Bachman, Dennis Quaid and Sharks, Maxi Priest, Berlin, The Fix, Patti Smythe and Scandal, Bill Champlin, Faster Pussycat, Warrant, The Temptations, Justin Hayward of the Moody Blues, Herman's Hermits featuring Peter Noon, Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes, and many more. Plus Sunday brunch with live music, Throwback Thursdays with Fast Times, and it's the perfect place to host your parties and special events. The Canyon Santa Clarita, where music meets the soul. Tickets available through Ticketmaster.
It's The Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz with Renee Powers.
Hi.
Hey, girlfriend. We are doing a special edition called Bosses and Babies. Follow us with hashtag WhatABee. We have women on every week, and we're doing every episode. I know, he loves every single time. Cody's like,
you can't even keep it together.
On the phone with us now, it's Danielle Darnault, and she is owner and founder of Trove LA on Wilshire in Westwood. We have one more question we need to know from you. As a new business owner or a woman with the dream of owning her own business, I think the dream is inside Trove LA for Renee and I.
Yeah.
We just want to live
We're
in there.
dreaming of being there.
Oh my gosh. But with that vision, maybe we don't have an MBA. Maybe we don't have that collegiate background. Maybe we didn't have a corporate background even to pull from. But we still want to do it, and I know you can. But do you have any advice of where we could turn to find that kind of mentorship or knowledge that we need?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think people that have worked really hard and have been scrappy and started from the ground up are always happy to share their experience and advice. I know that I am. Like people, anyone listening, like you can come to the store and I can help you. I'll talk to you, whatever. But honestly, I think it's first getting everything crystallized and knowing what it is exactly you want to do. So, for example, let's say you had a jewelry idea. It's like, well, but what is it? Is it just earrings? Is it this? Is it that? Does it cater to X, Y, and Z? So in business school, you learn about people, like who's your audience, places, where are you going to sell it? Like, are you going to be online? Are you going to have a store? Are you going to be a vendor? Promotion, how are you going to promote it? Mm-hmm. I'm so far out of school, I don't even remember the fourth one. Products. Oh, yeah. What are you selling? So you get all that nailed down in your head, and that's something that's going to come from you. You vet it with your network, friends of friends. And I think what's very important, I cannot stress this enough, is to absolutely consider the source when someone gives you advice.
Yes. Yeah.
So a million people will tell you that it's a dumb idea and not to do it. And if those million people are people that have the right experience and background and knowledge to speak in a knowledgeable manner, maybe you consider what they're saying.
Okay.
But if it's just you have to be very careful. When it's a dream, it's kind of precious with who you share it with, but at the same time, not so precious that you're not asking for help. Because there's absolutely nobody on this planet that knows everything and can just do it all alone. I leaned on fellow entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs. I talked to my mom a lot who, she doesn't have a college background, but she's worked in the consignment and resale space for 30 years. Who's going to know better than her? Wow. And, to the nitty gritty of like, what tagging gun do I buy? I remember saying, how do you close a register? I never worked in retail. I mean, I waitressed. I didn't work at a store.
Right.
You were an actress.
So same thing. And the acting helps more than the MBA, to be honest, because you got to talk to people. Yeah, but I think it's important because you can be really afraid and scared. And so when someone tells you, no, that's never going to work, sometimes that's really easy to believe. So there's specific sources I just want to mention, really tangible things. When you're looking for a retail space, brick and mortar, like LoopNet, LOOPNET.com is a great place to look for properties. That's how I found my property. There is an organization, I don't know, I think it's called SCORE.
It is, you're right. It's score.org.
So, I have a background in finance and all of that, but if you don't, you can meet with these people. It's the Society of something retired professionals, and, a former CPA who's retired will meet with you for 30 minutes, an hour, and help you go through your numbers to figure out, is it viable, and can you make money? Yeah. That's a fabulous resource for someone that feels a little nervous about numbers and things that they're uncomfortable with. And then, obviously when you get to the business side of things, it's going to be specific to your industry. I sent away for newsletters. I joined organizations. I sent away for a book that came in a PDF of some woman that ran a bunch of stores, and here's the how-to guide. So that would be specific to your industry. But just, filter it through your own hopes and dreams and back into what you really want. So if someone tells you, you should be open from 9 in the morning till midnight, but that's not what you want, it doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah.
Just kind of, filter through your own gut instinct.
Danielle, I love that advice. Danielle Darnault, thank you for giving us something to take away with us.
You're
Shop
awesome.
Trove on Instagram. Go to her store on Wilshire. We're wrapping up the Mom Show. Renee Powers, me, Kristin Cruz. Come back for our next episode of Bosses and Babies.
Next Thursday.
On your hometown station, KHTS.